When the young woman left the hospital cradling her newborn, the man spotted her instantly. One look, and he knew she was the same woman who had once spent the night with the CEO. A thought struck him like lightning. The baby in her arms could very well be the CEO's child. Suspicion gnawed at him. He quickly approached a nurse asking for details about the woman. Meanwhile, across town, the 30-year-old bachelor CEO was enduring yet another round of family nagging about marriage. The man burst into the CEO's family home before the badgering could escalate further, but the first thing out of his mouth froze everyone in place. "Congratulations, sir. You're going to be a grandfather." The CEO's eyes widened in alarm. "Don't talk nonsense," he snapped. The man leaned forward. "Do you remember last year, when I took you out for a drink, and we met that girl at the bar?" The CEO tried to cut him off, but the man pressed on, describing the night in vivid detail, even revealing that the girl had just given birth to a boy. The CEO's father lit up with excitement. "Who is she? We must bring her home at once." His mother beamed, already asking about the girl's background. Even the grandmother chuckled happily, eyes gleaming at the thought of a great-grandson. But the CEO raised his hand to stop them. "She's a hostess, not someone worthy of marrying into this family." The man shook his head slowly. "That's where you're wrong." From his coat, he pulled a worn photograph. "The woman that night, she's the daughter of your childhood nanny, the one you've been trying to find for years. She wasn't in that bar by choice. She needed money to free her mother, who had been framed and sent to prison. That night was her first shift, and unfortunately, it was the night you came back from studying abroad." The CEO's memory stirred. The man had indeed taken him to the bar for fun. The man had tossed a stack of cash onto the table, announcing, "Whoever's the most entertaining tonight gets all of this." Seeing the chance to earn a large sum, the woman stepped forward. She didn't think twice. But when the CEO learned she was a top university graduate working as a hostess, his respect for her vanished. To test her limits, he poured several drinks and said coldly, "Finish these, and you'll get paid." She could barely handle alcohol, but she drank every glass, desperate for the money. What the CEO didn't know was that the man, smirking beside him, slipped something into his drink. He wanted the CEO to enjoy himself, whether he liked it or not. To fan the flames further, the man waved more cash and ordered the woman to take off her coat. With no choice, she obeyed, and the CEO's opinion of her plummeted. Minutes later, he drank the spiked liquor and left the room. The drug hit almost instantly, and that was how he and the woman ended up spending the night together. After that night, the CEO thought his encounter with the woman was nothing more than a mistake, something to forget. But the truth was far from what he imagined. When the woman received the compensation, he left her. She didn't spend a cent on herself. Instead, she handed all $6 million to the family butler, begging him to rescue her mother from prison. She had no idea that this very butler was the one who had framed her mother in the first place. Even with the money in his hands, the butler coldly told her it wasn't enough. He demanded another $6 million before he would help. When she couldn't pay, he began coaxing her with vile promises, making lewd advances. It was then she realized he never intended to help. Now, her money was gone, her mother still behind bars, and she had no one left to rely on. When the CEO heard this, he froze. He couldn't believe that the hostess from that night was actually the person he had been searching for all these years. His father demanded an explanation. The man who'd brought the news answered for him. "The nanny who raised you since childhood is her mother. After she was framed and imprisoned, the girl had no choice but to work here to save her." The CEO's chest tightened with guilt. The CEO and the man left immediately, but they didn't know that the woman was facing a crisis. Because she had been absent from work for so long, the bar manager was furious. He told her a wealthy businessman wanted to buy her son for $500,000. She refused without hesitation. The manager tried to take the baby by force, beating and insulting her. "How could a hostess possibly raise a child?" he sneered. Weak but desperate, she searched the bar until she heard crying in a private room. She burst inside to find the manager smiling obsequiously, handing her baby to the businessman. She lunged forward, but the guards blocked her path. When the businessman reached for the baby, she went wild, snatching him back and clutching him to her chest. Her eyes burned with fury. "No one is taking my child!" The businessman frowned. The manager ordered the guards to teach her a lesson. A bat struck her back. She crumpled to the floor, still shielding the baby with her body. Then the businessman's wife wrenched the child from her arms. What none of them knew was that at that very moment, the CEO had arrived at the bar.